Hi class, welcome back to another video for more AutoCAD drawing commands. Next command will be move. The icon for this is this image. The command name is move. The keystroke or shortcut key is letter M. And the menu to where you can find it is at home, modify, and move. The result will be it displaces objects at specified distance in a specified direction. So we'll do an example. Example, we have a rectangle here and we move this rectangle to a specified direction. The command is you type M, enter, select object, click base point 1, you choose the base point that you want to click, and click second point as to where you want your object to be moved. Okay, next, command copy. The icon for that is this image. The command name is copy. The keystroke or shortcut key is CO or CP. Where you can find it is at home, modify, and copy. The result, it places one or more copies of object at a specified distance from the original. Okay, another example. We have an object here, a rectangle, and we want to create one or more copies of this object at different directions. So the command is we type CO, enter, select the object that you want to copy, enter, click base point, and click second point of displacement, click next point of displacement, click another point of displacement, and if you are done copying, you can just click enter. You can also make multiple copies of an object. You just have to select object or objects, Control C and Control V, and then click where you want to place it. Just like copy and pasting in Microsoft Word. For example, we select the objects, we copy this by typing Control C, we want to move it here, Control V, and then copy it here, Control V, and then click, like that. Next command would be fillet. The icon for that is this image. Command name is fillet. Keystroke is letter F. The menu to where you can find it is at home, modify, and fillet. The result, it creates a round corner between two lines. So how do we do that? So for example, we have here two perpendicular lines and we want to create a fillet between these two lines. So the command is we type F, enter, type R if the radius is specified, R, enter, and then specify fillet radius, for example 50, enter, then click the objects to fillet. We have here a fillet that's measuring a radius of 50. Here. The next command would be for multi-line text or Mtext. create a multi-line text. Before that, the icon for that is this image. The command name is Mtext. Keystroke is empty. And the menu is located at annotation and then text. You can choose multi-line text or a single line text. The result, it creates multi-line text. For example, we type University of Science and Technology of Southern Philippines. We just type empty, enter, specify first corner and opposite corner, and then we type University of Science and Technology of Southern Philippines. As you can see here on top, this is the multi-line text editor. From here, you can edit your text as to if you want it to be bold. First is you highlight your text. If you want it to be bold, you click this. If you want it to have a strike through, you click this. Or underline, you click this. For this specific example, we want this to be bold. You can also change the font and the indentation center. And then if you're done editing, you just click outside of the box. Next command is dimension. The icon for that is this image. Command name is dimension. Keystroke is DIM. Menu is annotation and then dimension. Result, it draws dimensions for drawn objects. Dimensioning is the process of adding measurement annotation to a drawing. You can create dimensions for a variety of object types in many orientations. The basic types of dimensioning are linear, radial, angular, ordinate, and arc length. You can find it here in Annotate. And then when you see this linear, there is an arrow down below, and if you click that, you can see here, and you can choose here what you want to put dimension. If you want to put a dimension for aligned objects, for an angle, for an arc, for radius, diameter, and so on and so forth. And here are the parts of a dimension. This one is called the arrowhead. This number or letter is the dimension. This is the dimension line. This line is called the extension line. And this is our origin point. So how do we dimension? We just type DIM, enter, select points to dimension, to put dimension, for example, this box. From this point up to this point. That's it. And you can edit that here. If you try to click this dimension, it will specify its dimension name or dimension style here, which is ISO 25. If you click this arrow down below, you can edit that. You can edit the properties of this dimension here in Manage Dimension Styles. Click the dimension that you want to edit and then modify. Here you can edit the color of your lines, dimension lines, the line type, the line weight, And you can also edit the color of your extension lines. You can also edit arrowheads. These are your choices for your arrowheads. And specify your arrow size. You can also choose a text style. Choose font name. Specify height. You can also edit the text placement if you want it for vertical dimension, if you want it above your vertical line or centered. You can see the sample here of your modification. And also the text alignment, if you want it horizontally or aligned with dimension line. And so on and so forth. You just explore. Okay. Close. The next command would be the hatch command. The icon for that is this image. Command name is hatch. Keystroke is H. And you can find it at home, draw, and this hatch. The result, it will cover an area with a predefined pattern. For example, at first we draw a rectangle. We want to draw a section of a steel. So for that, we will draw a rectangle and then a circle in the middle. By using the hatch, you start by typing H, enter, and on top here you will see a hatch creation panel. As usual, you start at the top or at the left of the dialog box and work on your way to the right. So for this example, this is a cross-section of a piece of steel. So from here, in pattern, you can use different hatch patterns according to what is required to you. There are many different patterns here for a brickstone, for a clay, for earth, that's for soil. And for this example, we want this example is for a steel section. So we look for the steel pattern. Here it is. Now you want to pick the area to be hatched. Pick somewhere inside the rectangle but outside of the circle. And after that, you just press enter. Again, you can edit this pattern by just clicking this and then edit here at the dialog box. You can edit the angle and the size. We want this to be bigger in sizes, so increase this to maybe 4. Enter. A large number will make the hatch bigger, and a smaller number can make the hatch so dense that it looks solid. For example, we make this so small at 0.1, and then it will look solid. We zoom it out. We want this to look bigger, just enough for its scale. Or enter, and then escape. Before that, you click this again, and you should make sure to make this associative. This means that if you adjust the rectangle or the circle or the boundary, the hatch will automatically correct itself to the new boundary. For example, we click the boundary and then we move this anywhere. Your hatch will follow your boundary because it was set as associative. It will associate to your boundary. Let's click. That's all.